What's up? What's up?
All right, what's going on, Dennis? How's everything going?
Episode number 2. I'm doing great. How you doing?
Oh, excellent, excellent. When we ever have time to get together, this is just, it turns out to be really good.
I love it. Yeah, today we're going to be talking a little bit about, what was the word? I don't know.
Emasculation.
Emasculation. And the definition for that is?
The emasculation means to make weak or ineffective in a marriage or a relationship. And when we talk about emasculation, it could be men or women, but primarily in the Western society, it's emasculation of men. It's taking away their power, taking away their respect.
How does that happen?
Well, we have choices in relationships. And so it happens as a child. You have single parent mothers and the way that they look at things, their behavior and their belief systems cause them to put their beliefs into their male sons. So as a result, you have a lot of men that have grown up respecting their moms, but not understanding how to keep from getting abused when they come into a relationship with a woman.
Yeah. So, I've seen this happen a lot, actually. I've lost some homeboys.
We all have.
I've lost some homeboys to this type of dynamics with men and women, right? Especially in relationships.
Yeah.
What kind of trouble do you think people can face by being emasculated?
Emasculated, yes.
Oh, I said it
What
right.
happens is, from a man's perspective, he loses confidence and he gives up the role of leadership.
Okay.
So he hands that baton over to the woman and he takes the lesser role of leadership.
What do you mean about roles? We have roles?
Absolutely. We have roles in society and we have roles that are interpersonal, meaning these are roles that we take on just as a result of who we are, the dynamics of who we are.
Gotcha.
So when we have these roles and we are putting pressure, say for instance, you hear single mothers always say, it's so hard raising children, and it is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I take my hats off to single mothers.
Right.
But when the man is in the household, then it makes things better. It should make things better. When there's somebody just banging on the door at 2 a.m, the man is not going to ask the woman to get up and check who it is. It's the woman that says, hey, there's somebody banging at our door.
Yeah.
You are our protector, our provider, all of that. We work together, but that's his role.
So you said a couple of titles there. We're a protector, a provider, and what else?
And we protect and provide, and we add a support.
What would be an argument from a girl, a female about that?
Well, I don't need a man to support me. I don't need a man to protect me. I could go buy a gun, or I could take boxing, or I've beat up a man before.
So this is not good beliefs. This is erroneous beliefs.
These are erroneous. And so my point, going back to the single mother, these are unnatural situations or roles that these women take on. See, and even in a marriage, when a woman competes for leadership with the man because she's projecting that this guy's not strong enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like the guy, John Atlas or some muscle builder guy that maybe a past boyfriend she had in college or high school.
Yeah.
See?
So, I mean, when a woman emasculates a man, what is she in search of?
She's in search of control. But it's a false sense of control, you see. Because when we talk about roles, we talk about respect from a man. That's what a man needs. Just in addition to air and food, a man needs to be respected.
That's interesting, because that's one of my major like musts with people is like, if I get disrespected, it like lights a fire inside of me.
Yeah, it changes your whole attitude toward that person.
It's true.
Yeah. And so a woman, she needs to be supported. She needs to be able to trust that man and to feel supported by that man.
Yeah.
That's what she needs. Security. Hey, will he come home at night? will he do the things that need to be done in order for this marriage or relationship to be able to blossom and be positive?
Okay. Now, what are some signs of a male being emasculated?
Being made fun of.
One time I was hanging out with some friends, and there was a couple. One lady was in the kitchen, and then her husband was in the and he was lighting up the grill, right? And then at some point, like, he's the one that brought the grill in his truck. He brought it from home. And then she got in, and like, he was trying to do something, and I was like, hey, what's this? Where's your husband at? And then she was like, oh, he's in the back, trying to light up the grill. You know how dumb he is. You know how stupid he can be. And she said this in front of me, and I was like, you just disrespected your husband in front of another male. Like,
right.
Like, it felt awkward because, first of all, like, why would you want to bring your husband down in front of another male, right? Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, besides, like, doing what? So, yeah, so I've seen this before in that sense, right? I mean, some of the things that I see happening is they're getting made fun of. What else?
Then also, it is comparing. So you have a lot of women that compare. You're not like so-and-so, or the neighbor, he's always this or that, or my boyfriend was this and that, or I shouldn't have never married you, or I don't even know why I stay with you. Especially sometimes women feel trapped when they have children. And they go like, oh, this is not the guy I should have had kids by. And so all of this verbal abuse comes from the woman to the man, basically chopping him down.
Now, when a female emasculates a male, she's in search of something, right? So it's definitely an insecurity. There's something going on there that's not balanced. When she gains that, she basically gains the alpha role in the relationship.
Correct.
And so she becomes now she's supposed to be the alpha, but she's not going to be able to fulfill all those roles.
Absolutely.
So then what happens is that there's an unbalance, and I've noticed that I've seen this happen, by the way, a lot. I see a lot of relationships in which the male has no say, and they get put down,
right,
or they just disappear sometimes from the face of the earth. And so a lot of times it's happening because, what's interesting to notice is a lot of males stay in the relationship because when you get emasculated, you still need to feel like a male, so they go and cheat. They'll cheat, right? So they'll go and cheat to feel like a man.
Absolutely.
Get a fantasy going. Go ahead.
Or do that online sexting.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when she's asleep or he's somewhere, you know what I mean? He jumps on the computer and he has this fantasy of the man he wants to be,
right.
or be empowered to be.
Right.
Then he does this with somebody that he never knows or have a relationship with.
It's wrong, right?
Absolutely.
But I feel that, males, it's a flesh thing. We need to feel balance. Like we exercise, we need to, a sense of balance in our health.
Sure.
Sex is one of those things for both men and women. But when it happens, I also feel that the male then feels guilty about it as well. So it just gets more intertwined. So you go and do it, but then you still come home to this person. Now you know that in your heart, in your soul of souls, you're getting emasculated, but now you're fixing that with doing something wrong.
Right.
So then you're almost like you're putting layers on top of this that really makes it difficult to get away from it. Now, sometimes females, they might have imagined that they might have not imagined, but they might have said, oh, I got kids with the wrong dude. Sometimes they use the child, though. They have kids to keep the dude.
Yes. Because they want something safe, something they don't have to do a lot of work at.
Yeah.
And then also this could go back to the way that this woman was socialized. Maybe she saw her father and mother have issues, and so she says, hey, I'll never get into this situation. Maybe it's a divorce. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that spark this, but it all boils down to insecurities. So when you have to abuse anybody on any level, there's something wrong. There's something you need to look at within you.
It's within you,
It's within you.
Absolutely, yeah. I've experienced this for sure. And then there's a need. We're over here like we're crafting as we go along. This is our second show, and I'm so excited that we're back in the topic here. Still Sharpens Steel. And so we're identified something that we see going around.
Yeah, for a long time.
So you said made fun of. It's a
compare. And they compare. They compare. And then also...
What do you mean comparing, though? Like, what does that
compare to other men. maybe that's in her life that have been in her life.
You're not like this person.
You're not like this person.
You're not like, it's something maybe even
right. You know, it could be sexual. You know, you're not satisfying me. Oh my goodness, that hits below the belt.
I have an example. I have another friend who hit me up, and she was like, "Oh no, sorry." She hit me up. She's like, "Man, like, I went and talked to a friend of mine, and that friend of mine knows my husband's or my boyfriend's mom, and I told her that I wasn't being satisfied that his penis is too small." So she told this to a friend.
Oh my goodness.
That friend then told his mom. The guy's mom, and all of a sudden the guy is like drinking and doing coke and doing all these things.
Sure.
Because his own girlfriend like put out information out there. I don't know if it's factual or regardless whether it's factual or not. It's like trying to chop his balls off in front of people.
That's what it is.
You know, I felt bad for him, but I noticed the behavior from the female. So it wasn't good behavior. Now.
Right.
It could be abusive, it could be made fun of, it could be, you know, for a sense of control. But the male has to identify what?
The male has to identify the problem in the situation. He has to identify that he always has a choice to be in the leadership role. And that's it. It's not a dictatorship, it's a leadership. There's always been in history a king and a queen. So the queen shares all of the good things that the king brings into the kingdom, and vice versa. There's things that he doesn't know that he gets from her.
Right.
So it's a thing where there's a symmetrical, relationship where people, use the weaknesses and they use the strengths to be able to build something positive.
Right.
Because we all have weaknesses and we all have strengths.
Yeah. So it's not a male. This is not a bash versus, women, or a bash against men. I think that we have our balances unbalanced. There's stuff going on where we're not balanced as human beings, and I think it's because we haven't had the right. People to show us how to do these things.
Absolutely.
We haven't had the example, and so people are just surviving. They're just,
and you know that saying, fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
Well, in situations and relationships, people need you to step up right now. There's certain things they need. A woman knows what she needs in the relationship.
Right.
And if she's not getting it, then she's going to end up treating you like one of the children.
Yeah.
All of this sleeping in the couch and in the doghouse and all these terms like that. So why does that have to be?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can't we talk? Why does the woman have to challenge the man like men, challenge each other in the street?
Yeah.
Because if a man challenges another and yells at him, then the man is disrespected.
Gotcha.
And feels disrespected.
Yeah.
So if his wife is like that, now I'm not condoning and I'm not saying hitting a woman, that's completely wrong. But when you're pushing and buttons on that man and you're emasculating him, yelling at him, the tone that you talk to him in is disrespectful in front of your children, or like you're going back and you're talking to your girlfriends, saying that this guy, he's not doing anything for me, and so you put him in a position where he lashes out at you.
Yeah. You know what? Episode number 2. Let's hang it here for now. And let's come back on the next episode to talk about the consequences of being emasculated.
We have to.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you, Dennis, for having me. And I can't wait till we talk on this, to elaborate more on what's going on.
Awesome.
Because this is something that needs to be talked about.
That's right. Well, you're live on Steel
versus Steel.
No, Sharpens Steel.
Sharpens Steel.
We're going to go to war.
All right.
Versus Steel. Yeah. Awesome. So we'll see you guys soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks.